Howdy Ho YouTube, Jon-Luke VGC here. Today, I will be using a team that was actually posted in my Discord. I know, me using a Discord team, a rare one, but it did look cool, and I wanted more VG content, and so I saw this. It was posted by somebody that's been in my Discord for a decent amount of time now. Their name is Ivy. They've participated in my ladder tournaments a couple of times as well. Hi Ivy, how you doing? I know you exist, but I don't know you, you know what I mean? But I know that you are a human, most likely. I guess I've never seen your face, but anyways, they made this team, and it looked really cool. It has some of my favorite Pokemon of all time on it, and I said, I actually don't know how good this team is. Like, I looked at it, like, in the first, and I was like, it's really Koraidon week. Like, there's a lot of kind of like, issues in the typings of all the Pokemon, but I said, you know what? Let's give it a go. And you are going to be highly impressed with the results of this team today. I gotta say, I had a blast, and I'm really excited to show you these battles. Let's take a quick look at it. Enough of the glazing. Well, we'll do it at the end. We have Arceus, Terraghost, Leftovers, not Clear Amulet, multi-type with Extreme Speed, Shadow Claw, Swords Dance, and Protect. 228 HP. I understand the EV spread on this, so it's 228 HP, 252 Adamant Max, and then 28 Speed. The 228 gets you to a 224 HP stat, which I believe is optimal for Leftovers and Grassy Terrain recovery. And then there isn't really anywhere else you need the stats, I guess. So Ivy put them into speed just as a sake of like, it can be a little faster. I get it. So yeah, pretty simple, but that's all you really need for a set like this. We have Zamazenta, Terra Dragon, Rusted Shield, Dauntless Shield with Body Press, Heavy Slam, Wide Guard, and Protect. 244 Impish, pretty standard, but a little faster than normal, hitting 179. I think that outspeeds Timid Lando or something like that. I'd have to remember. That is an important speed calc, but I can't exactly tell you what it is out the gate. And then the rest into bulk, 20 special defense, 4 attack, and then 76 HP. We have Chien-Pao, a fantastic partner for both of these Pokemon. Terraghost, Focus Sash, Sword of Ruin with Icicle Crash, Crunch, Sucker Punch, and Protect. Super standard set, Max Jolly. Nothing to talk about there. We have Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Terraghost, Choice Scarf, Unseen Fist with Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Coaching, and U-Turn. Max Adamant. Again, you should do 236 attack just to give it that additional bulk in special, but we're like splitting hairs here. Coaching over Aqua Jet is always, people like it, and I know people that really like it. I do not. I doubt I'll click it today, but I really like that additional priority. But I understand why it's there for Zamazenta and Arceus. So like I get it. I get the coaching, but I personally am an Aqua Jet believer. And last but not least, the GOATs, my boys. We have Rillaboom, Terrifier, Assault Vest, Grassy Surge with U-Turn, Woodhammer, Grassy Glide, and Fake Out. Actually, really offensively invested, 140 Adamant, and then a good chunk of bulk there. It's a good Rillaboom. It's a good set. I like it. And we have Incineroar, Terraghost, Safety Goggles, not multi-type. It is Intimidate with Parting Shot, Helping Hand, Knockoff, and Fake Out. So no fire move. And then a super standard 244 HP, 188 Impish, and then 76 special defense. So this is like the Incin set, just with Helping Hand over Flare Blitz or Will-O-Wisp. So how do you utilize the team? So for the most part, I'm leading maybe like Arceus Chien-Pao or Arceus one of the two Fake Out bros. I don't really lead Urshifu that much unless I think it's like just applies a bunch of offensive pressure out the gate, because Terraghost means I can get around Fake Out. But like Arceus, Incin, Fake Out, Swords Dance, or Arceus, Chien-Pao, just skip the Swords Dance altogether, start ripping damage, stuff like that. What you want, you could see like in the vision of the team, and it's pretty self-explanatory. If you watch like the Cybertron video, it plays a little similar to this one, although I do like this team a little bit more, but it just has Pokemon that I like on it more, so of course it does. Of course I do, but overall, you get the gist. I don't necessarily think I need to like super like go in depth about how one would utilize this team. We've seen this archetype pop up plenty of times already. So thank you so much to Ivy for making and sharing this team. I'm very excited to show you all these battles today. And thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and become a channel member. And let's go ahead and hop into the battles. Okay, we have Miraidon, Ogerpon, Hearthflame, Fluttermane, Iron Valiant, Iron Hands, and Rillaboom. Okay, really interesting team here. I do like Zamazenta, a pretty big chunk. Maybe something like this. This is like kind of Ogre Pawn weak. Not so Ogre Pawn weak. I don't know. Do I need Chien-Pao? Yeah, because I don't have a fire type move on Incin, right? Yeah, and so then it's like, how do I... Well, I guess I have like a bunch of stuff for Rillaboom actually. Actually, I think I like Incin more. I think you could make an argument for Chien-Pao or Incineroar, but if they didn't have Ogerpon Hearthflame, I'd probably be more inclined to bring Chien-Pao instead, but with that, I'm like, I gotta have something for that. Yeah, okay. So what gets the booster? I guess, because only one thing can have the Sash. Okay. Nothing has the booster. The Flutter main's pretty... Actually, both of these... I'm just gonna Heavy Slam and U-turn the Flutter. Nice. Cool. Oh, you are frustrating. I can go into Incin now, though. Wow, okay. Playing that game right out the gate, huh? No pause there. Okay, I get the Heavy Slam off. That's immediately click and Thunder Wave, huh? That's really fun. I love that for us. Who comes out? Yeah, Miraidon. This. I don't think they can KO at -1, and if I can get damage off on the Ogerpon, we'll be in really good shape. I think. Yep, doesn't really do much. Encore is actually kind of fine. I'm paralyzed anyways. Okay. So I'm actually cool to hop back into Incineroar for this slot. You turn out on Ogerpon. Another -2. Okay. Takes that okay. We don't crit, which is nice. Okay. Go Arceus. Does this Arceus have 144? Because of the Encore, I'm gonna fake out you and Swords Dance. They're both like... ooh, crit. It's not the end of the world, actually. They're gonna go into Valiant. There's no booster. There goes Zamazenta. And then body press E-Speed into Valiant. Fairy Ghost. Yeah. This is fine. What do they go for? They've got to be Sash then. I mean, okay. I mean, this is like fine though, actually, right? Because I have Shadow Claw. So I'm just going to body press and extreme speed here. Nice. Okay. I could have gone for Heavy Slam, but if they had swapped into Miraidon there, you know what I mean? Grass disappears, yada yada yada. So if Incin lived that Draco 20 and 201, 24, Arceus should eat it for breakfast. So I can just go back into Rillaboom and E-Speed here. So they've got what? Icy Wind, Encore. Double Encore is interesting. Nice. Okay, that is a lot. E-Drift. How much does this do? Not much. Icy Wind again. Yeah, that might be their only attacking move. I mean, like, we can assume AV on Miraidon, right? I think that's a pretty safe guess. Wood Hammer Extreme Speed. Yeah, battle was canceled. Good game to my opponent. Yeah, so they couldn't really cover the Terra on Iron Valiant was actually really good, and it kind of put me in a bad position. But then they like just didn't have enough. They didn't have enough offensive pressure from the Mon to capitalize on it, and so it was bad for him. I body pressed that turn because I thought they might swap into Miraidon for the Ogerpon slot. I wanted to make sure I picked up as long as I didn't get paralyzed. So a body press was the better play, and then like because it's probably what Wide Guard. It might be Wide Guard, Protect, Encore, Icy Wind on Iron Valiant. So it's just like they can't really do anything, which is pretty good for me. And that also for me indicates that it's definitely Sash. So I don't know what the item on Flutter main is. Fairy Feather? There was no booster proc. So, it's not Specs unless it's Specs Thunderwave. In which case, cooking, I guess. So, yeah, we could give me my opponent. Do another one. All right. I can already tell I'm going to hate myself for this match. It is Indeedee, Torterra, Tornadus, Urshifu, Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and Magearna. I have Crash, not Spinner. Incin's a pretty good lead, I think, actually, into this. I kind of don't want to bring Arceus here, like, funny enough. Like, I don't think it's actually that good. I think these four are solid. They have both Tailwind and Trick Room, which I find interesting. Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, I don't know. It'll depend on what they lead, I think. Like, what does the Torterra do, you know? Is it like a Shell Armor set? Is it Leech Seed stuff? Urshifu and Indeedee, yeah. I am safety goggles on Incin. I mean, how much is Zamazenta doing here anyways, you know? Like, close combat's weaker now. Can I just, like, hard swap you and body press Urshifu? Okay. What? Sounds about right. Okay, so I am slower than Urshifu, which is good to know. I think I'm happy to Wood Hammer and Body Press the Urshifu slot. Because this will cover a swap or force the redirection. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so Indeedee will go down now. Okay, so we know all four, right? No, we know 3 of the 4. Are you choice banded, Urshifu? Because Grassy Glide will pick up here. And then I can just body press, right? I want to Terra Fire. Kinda. Well, yeah, if I just Terra Fire, then I can just Wood Hammer, right? Body Press. Because we're confirmed that I'm slower anyways. Okay, so no Terra from their end, at least on the Magearna, which is good. Yep. fine. Body press. Yeah, do a ton of damage there. And like, I don't really care about Calyrex. I have 2 dark types in the back, you know? So I honestly think I'm kind of fine to just Grassy Glide. And Heavy Slam. It's neutral and it'll cover like a Ghost Terra. And covers that. Galaxy Brain play. Galaxy Brain play. Okay? I am in the stars right now. Oh my god. Well, I'm slower. And normally Shadow Ball would suggest Specs. And they've used Terra. My opponent just got read like a Mark Twain novel. That wasn't my intent either. I always cover it for Terra Ghost. We're just gonna knock off and Heavy Slam. Battles cancel. Good game of my opponent. Yeah, sorry, dog. I got bad news. Yeah, I was just like, you're going to KO me with anything. That was a really interesting choice of Terra there. Personally, like, you're going to pick up the KO with +2 Flash Cannon at this point. Like, there was no need to go for the Terra. I'm a bit confused on that play, but worked out in my favor. So, game to my opponent. Let's do another one. Okay. We have Koraidon, Flutter main, Incineroar, Lunala, Amoonguss, and what is it? Ursaluna. Is this the Wolf Worlds team? I think it is. I think this is Wolf's Worlds team. So that's Covert Cloak, Miraidon, Life Orb, Terrifier, Max, Koraidon. This one's actually kind of tough. Is it... Shadow Claw is pretty good. They can intimidate me. Is that my favorite thing? This seems like a pretty tough matchup, I'm not gonna lie. Do I want... I think I need Rillaboom for the Ursaluna. This is gonna be hard, actually. I'm quite concerned at our matchup in this. Lunala, Ursaluna. So I get the Intimidate off on both. I'm curious, so I don't think I can stop the Trick Room, right? Because they can just Terra. I want to see if I can stop the Flame Orb activation. Yeah. This is fine. Because now I'm still +1 on the Arceus. Is the protect too obvious? I kind of want to Swords Dance again. Parting Shot. That's fine. So I should be faster than the Ursaluna. Yeah, now they're -2. I can go Zamazenta. That does a decent chunk. I kind of want to Terra, Ghost, Shadow Claw, and Body Press into Incin. Who's faster? Zamazenta, right? Okay. What's the item on Incin then? Rocky Helmet? Does Incin Terra? Yes. Into what? Terra Fairy. Okay. Yeah, that's max defense Rocky Helmet, right? No, no Rocky Helmet. Okay, but that is very physically defensive. Okay. So Incin's going down. Yeah. Because they either need to take recoil damage from Flare Blitz. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, there's the Life Orb chip. I want additional recovery here. Let's see if I can Beta Protect. I'm gonna do this and hard swap back into Incineroar. They've already used Terra, which is good. Nice. We're still going to use Protect, which is good. Let's run a Calc real quick. Flare Blitz never picks up. So this is a super safe Shadow Claw here. And Fake Out. Nice, cool. Shadow Claw will do about 75% if I've terastallized. Okay. So now I can just, what? Shadow Claw again, because I'm faster. And Parting Shot. So they probably have Protect. That's fine. Just gonna Shadow Claw Lunala and Parting Shot off on Urs. Since we're faster. No. Yeah, no Protect. No need to overread there because they already showed that they can't KO Arceus with a Facade, which is more powerful than a Headlong Rush. So, yeah, now I can just go back into Rillaboom, have Fake Out for next turn. And more Intimidate options. Yeah, so -2 now. Still does a lot of damage, though, dude. Now all of a sudden I'm back at full. So I can just Fake Out Koraidon. And Swords Dance. Because Ursaluna's permanently stuck at -2. Is another Swords Dance changing the calcs? Yes. Yeah, they just forfeit. Okay. Cool. Yeah, the turn where I went for the Shadow Claw really positioned me well in that game. My reasoning for that was that I did the calc, and the Flare Blitz was only going to do a little over 50%. I run the risk of a burn, but basically I can always get an attack off there, barring a crit. And even then, maybe a crit doesn't do it. But if they swap into Lunala, the E-Speed does nothing. If they don't, if I click Shadow Claw, then you see how I got all that damage, and then it's like I can just like force the mind game a little bit and go from there. So all in all, that worked really well in my favor, actually, calling that Shadow Claw. So that's really kind of what twisted the game into really being in my favor. So really good game to my opponent. Let's do another one. Okay, we have Zamazenta, Volcarona, Grimmsnarl, Chien-Pao, Lunala, and Amoonguss. Volcarona makes Zamazenta a little bit harder, but I can also just out-damage them, I think. Something like this is probably good. They don't have Sun, so I can also crit through stuff, which is not bad. Like, do I want to bring Chien-Pao? I kind of want to say no, right? Then how do I deal with Amoonguss, you know? we'll do this. Lunala Grim. The Sword Stance here seems really safe. And an Icicle Crash into Grim, I think. Yeah. Water, seems about right. Fine. Oh, and they missed. That stinks. Where did the attack? Then I'm pretty happy to Extreme Speed and Crunch into Lunala. This should pick up. Yeah, there's a Parting Shot. This is a really powerful attack. Oh no, it won't. 19 to 22%, that's funny. Oh, almost. Okay, that's a choice. I'm gonna Terra Ghost, Extreme Speed. Actually, Swords Dance again. Crunch. Chien-Pao goes down, Chien-Pao goes down, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Now, let's 3, baby. Goes Zamazenta. $80, $70. Extreme Speed is actually more powerful. That's fine. It's like what does Zamazenta do now, you know? So they are faster. What do I have in the back? Urshifu? Really? They go for the double and get it. I guess it's like not the worst thing in the world, though. What's their item? Probably Rocky Helmet. I do think that, like, Arceus can solo this. When I pick up, that's huge. Nice. That does a good chunk. I'll probably go down, whatever they want to do. Yeah. Now I have leftovers, though. Oh, Scream Speed picks up the Grim. That's huge. Even if it's defensively bulky. Nice. Grim goes down. How much does Heavy Slam do? Sorry. She's thick. She's thick. How much is +3? Not very much. Let's try Shadow Claw. Yeah, battle's canceled. She's thick. You know what I mean? You got too much going. Sorry, Louis. Sorry, I had to do it to you. Had to do it to you. Although, to be fair, Louis, why'd you go for Meteor Beam again? You raw dogged that. You made a super hard call, and that did not pay off for you. So you know what? That one's on you. All right, okay. I'm calling you on that one. But the rest was Arceus being Arceus. Good game. All right, let's do one more. Okay. Last but not least. Ooh, my golly, this one's gonna be tough. This is a tough one. We have Lunala, Koraidon, sorry, Raging Bolt, Ursaluna, Flutter Mane, and Chi-Yu. I'm scared. Like, legit, what do I do? This is, like, really bad, actually. Like, Koraidon Flutter just, like, eats me for breakfast, right? Is it you two? Just protect? Zama is not bad. Incin's good for sure. I think it's these four. I think I do this. Does this work well? We'll find out together, won't we? Sick trainer card. That's so cool. Okay. Yeah. Knew that one was coming. I think I do this. perfect. Okay, huge, 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 huge. I thought that might happen. Okay, so are they banded? They must be banded. Because they're just going to taunt again, right? Yep, or do that. They've got to be banded if they're using U-turn. Who comes in? Good. We're gonna double Lunala. They might switch Flutter main out. If they switch Flutter main out, this is so good. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. And no Terra either. Nice. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Lunala goes down. Lunala was scary. Okay, Lunala was scary. I was frightened. I was frightened by it. It's a big bat. If I can lock you in, that's really good shape. Starfire. Yep. What does Koraidon go for? Flare Blitz? It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, this picks up. This is totally fine. You know why? I'm gonna fake out Koraidon and Body Press. Because they're locked into Flare Blitz. They have Taunt, Moonblast. Can they have in the back? Nothing that wants to take this. Fine. Okay, they live, but with literally 1 HP. So if they take any more Flare Blitz recoil, they will KO themselves. Nice. Okay, how do we sequence this? We can win this, for sure. They can basically only pick up 1 KO here. I think I go for the double, right? I'm not getting an attack off anyways. I get the double. Lucky. Lucky me. Okay. Yep. Thunderbolt should... I should survive. Yep. It could also be Scarf, so I always just Sucker Punch the Koraidon here. In case they're Scarf and not Ban. Just to cover that option. I body press you. They shouldn't forfeit, because I don't know what their choice item is. So if I throw and don't go for Sucker Punch, then we're in good shape. Yeah, that's probably booster energy, be my guess. They might have Protect. And now I just go for Crunch and Body Press. Right? Yeah. Yeah, Battles Cancel. There's no differential here. Okay, if there was differential, I'm playing some games to see if I can survive and keep an extra Pokemon alive. No differential, just double attack. Something's going to pick it up. I'm going to win the battle. A win is a win. Okay? So that's really good. I am very impressed at myself that I managed to kind of pull that one out. I am surprised they didn't bring Chi-Yu. Just going to say that one. I thought they would bring Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu seemed like a really good bring into my team. That's something I was more worried about, like a Chi-Yu Koraidon or Chi-Yu Flutter mainly than Koraidon Flutter main specifically. But all in all, that was really a bad matchup for me, I think. And so to kind of pull that one out feels really, really good. So yeah, good game to my opponent. Let's go ahead and hop into the outro. All right, everyone, that is the team. So what are my thoughts? I am not going to lie, Ivy, I am impressed. I was a little skeptical about this team. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was really, really fighting weak. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 fighting weaknesses. Basically, Koraidon looks at this team and goes, no resistances, you know what I mean? So it's like, hang on a second, but it handled really well. I think we faced Koraidon like multiple times in today's video. Yeah, the team works well. You just kind of have to play it kind of smart, play around some stuff and get a couple of predictions right. But overall, yeah, I think the team's really fun. If you want to try it out for yourself, the rental and Pokepaste will be down in the description below. I highly recommend it. I love Zamazenta, and Arceus doesn't have as much anti-synergy with it as maybe I thought it would. The Terra Ghost really helps. The Swords Dance set is cool, but overall, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed actually by this team. It synergistically works far better than I had anticipated when I decided to play it. I'm not gonna lie. So Ivy, really, really good job there. Really, you should be really proud. I had a ton of fun. This was such a fun team to play. I love these Pokemon, so I had a really great time in today's video. I was just having to focus really hard because I was facing some really good opponents. So thank you, Ivy, for making sharing this team, and thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and become a channel member. But most importantly, please remember that you are appreciated. All right, peace.